Hi everyone, it's Don from Don's Family Vacation, and as you know, I'm going on a cruise shortly. In fact, I'm heading out of town in about 21 days, so 3 weeks away. So I thought I'd better do a video on what to do ahead of time before your cruise to make sure you're prepared and have everything ready for when you arrive at the cruise port and you know what you're doing. There's no complications and no surprises pop up. So I'm going to talk about that very shortly, but I just quickly wanted to bring something up because it's like you guys out there absolutely amaze me. I don't know if too many of you know really too much about channels on YouTube and things like that, but you'll hear some channels talk about what they call a Patreon, where you can sign up and give so much money a month, $1, $10, $4, whatever it is, to help support channels and things like that. And I don't want to do anything like that because to me, I'm doing this for fun. I really enjoy it. I also get clients because I'm doing stuff like this, and I help people do their cruises. So why would I want to charge people just to watch my video? But that being said, I logged into my account the other day to start choosing the cruise ports I want to do and my destinations that I want to have, shore excursions and my fine dining and things like that by packages. And I said, holy crap, I have onboard credits that I didn't purchase and I don't understand. And so I'm leaving on the Caribbean Princess on December 20th out of Fort Lauderdale. And some of you have gone in and bought me, without my knowledge or asking or anything like that, onboard credits. And that just blows me away, guys, because it was done anonymously. I don't know who you are, and I'm blown away. I can't thank you guys enough. That's amazing. I never mention anything like that in my videos for you guys to ask if you could do that. So that just blows me away, and it makes me feel that some people are getting some value from these videos. So again, you guys are amazing. The comment sections are always great and mostly positive. Like I get 999 positive for every one person who has something bad to say. So I just wanted to get that out and say you guys are amazing and thank you very much. So let's get on with what to do beforehand on your cruise. Let's talk about that right after this. Okay, the number one thing you should be doing is getting your passport ready. Now, I only have 3 weeks left of my cruise, so I didn't check this now. What I did now is make sure I know where it is, so when I pack, I'm not looking for it at the last minute and panicking, where the heck did I put my passport? So this should be checked at least 2 months ahead of time, so if you notice something that you have to get done, you have time to get it corrected before your cruise. Because remember, your passport has to be valid for 6 months after the final date of your cruise. So my final date of my cruise is January 3rd, which means I have 6 months out into June 3rd. My passport had to be valid for that amount of time. Otherwise, you could get stopped from going on the cruise. So keep that in mind so you have plenty of time to get your passport ready, and then find it, put it where you're going to know where it is. If you know what suitcases you're taking it with, put it in your suitcase. Then you know where it is and you're all set to go. The second information you should have right away, the minute you make your final payment for your cruise, you're able to print out your boarding pass and your luggage tags. So immediately I printed mine out. Here's my Princess Cruise boarding pass and here's my luggage tags. I have both of them ready. They're both sitting with my passport in my suitcase, ready to go when I'm ready to travel. This, in fact, has been sitting there for about 45 days now. That's how much I'm kind of excited for this cruise and put this away. The reason you want to print it out right away, make sure your name is correct, make sure that it has the proper booking number. Everything that's on there, double check your stateroom. Anything that can go wrong, double check it with what you booked so you have plenty of time to change it if you need to. Next is number 3, and it's the fun one. What are you going to do when you're on the ship? Do you want to buy one of the beverage packages? Do you want to buy water ahead of time? Do you want to order a birthday cake, spa reservations, your shore excursions, fine dining, specialty restaurants? What do you want to do? So you go on the website. Even if a travel agent like myself booked it for you, you get your booking number, you can just create your account and you can go on and make all the changes you want to do. If you want the travel agent's advice, ask them, because chances are they know a little more about those ships or can find out about those ships more than you can. I had a few people asking me about the Caribbean Princess that I'm going on, and they had no idea that it had been refurbished in 2017 this year. So they were going under the assumption that it still had, the reviews on it that said, oh, it's looking a little run down and it could really use a refurbishment. But those were from 2014 and 2015. So it's a good thing to double check and make sure you're up to date on the ship you're going on, and then go and have some fun. What I like to do, as soon as I'm booked my cruise and I can book my shore excursions, I go on and you can put on what's called a wish list. And so you just start going from port to port, and horseback riding in Jamaica, boom, click on that. Oh, look at this, I want to go and swim with the stingrays, boom, click on that, and it adds to your wish list. And you can put every shore excursion on there if you want. And then what I go in and then I whittle it down to the ones that I really want to do, or the ones that I can afford to do at the time, because they range from $25 to, $400 for some shore excursions. So that's something to keep in mind as well. What's your budget for going on board? And if you book all these things in advance and pay for them in advance, then when you get on your cruise, a lot more things is all inclusive. In other words, you're not going to have that huge bill at the end. So I've paid for my cruise, my port fees. I've prepaid my gratuities. I bought my beverage package. I bought 2 shore excursions. I bought 2 specialty dining so far, and I paid for it in advance. So when I go on the ship, what am I going to have to pay at the end? Basically a couple tips to if I get good service to people, or if I decide to have, a specialty coffee here and there. But I'm not going to end up with $1,000 bill at the end. Surprise, because I decided to take 3 shore excursions and 4 specialty dining that I wasn't planning on. So go in, and that's part of the fun. It's kind of like going into Christmas. Some of the fun is not getting the gifts, it's shopping for the gifts for your friends and the children to know how excited they're going to be on it. Same thing for you, except you're the child and you're the one who's going to be excited about it. Number 4, double check your insurance. Have you taken travel insurance yet? It doesn't matter to me if you get cancellation insurance, but I strongly recommend health insurance. Some kind of medical insurance to cover you on any length of cruise, be it a 2-day cruise or a 21-day cruise. Make sure you're covered, because if something happens to the smallest thing, you end up in the hospital for one night. That could be thousands and thousands of dollars that you're not covered for, and that's not fun, okay? So make sure you have that insurance. Make sure you have a copy of the insurance with the insurance number and who to phone if something happens, and keep that with your documentation as well. Number 5, figure out what you're bringing on the cruise with you so you know where it is. Do you have a favorite towel that you want to bring with you, or a backpack? Or your camera lenses. Do you know where all your camera lenses are that you want to bring? Not just the one that happens to be on the camera you have now. What kind of camera do you want to bring? Do you want to bring a big DSLR camera with you, or do you just want to bring a point and shoot camera with you? Find them all, find all the plugs, all the attachments, all the cords, get them ready so you're not scrambling on that last couple minutes of your cruise to figure out where everything is. Also, a good idea is to, gather up all your gadgets, like this thing. Like, what the heck is this thing? Okay, the last one that I really have for you is kind of optional. but it's something I like to do. I have a couple of credit cards like most people do and things like that. So I have one card that I want to use on my cruise. So I've called my credit card. I've let them know that that's the card I'm going to be using on this cruise, when it's leaving, when it's coming back, where I'll be. I've done the same thing with my bank, so they know where I am. So I have less chances of having my card blocked because they think it's somebody trying to hack into my account, and the same with my bank account. But I also make sure that out of all my credit cards I have, that's the one that I pay down the most. So there's less balance on that card, because you don't want to be coming out of the cruise and have decided, you know what, this is going to be a dream of a lifetime cruise. I don't know when I'm going to cruise again, and I'm just going to do everything. So you spend and spend and spend, or you go crazy in the casino and you spend and spend and spend, and then you go to check out on the final day and your credit card gets declined. I know exactly what's on my credit card ahead of time, and normally what the cruise line does when you check in, they'll take a certain amount. So they'll take $500 on the first day. And then once it reaches that limit, they call in and get another extension of $500 credit. So you really shouldn't go overboard, like over your limit, without the cruise line knowing and notifying you. And usually if you go over your limit and it doesn't accept more money on it, you can't order anything else on ship anymore. It'll show up as that, and you'll have to go down and explain and figure things out at guest services. But I don't want to be in that situation where I'm halfway through my cruise and the card I'm using is declined and I didn't bring another credit card with me. So make sure you have the limit, know what's on it, use the TV in your room, check your account every couple days if you have been spending a lot, so you know exactly what it is. So no surprises again at the end. And as I said before, the more you can prepay in advance that you know you're going to be doing, prepay in advance, and it's much more happy getting off that ship with a $30 bill than a $1,300 bill. So there you go. All I have left to do is pack my suitcase and head to the airport when I'm ready to go. So that's what I do to get ready ahead of time and to double check that everything is ready before I go, so there's no surprises, from my passport to my documentation to my shore excursions to my dining. I know already, and if something happens along the way, I'm prepared and I have the documentation for it. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, once again, thank you to everyone out there who did that thing that I mentioned at the beginning with the onboard credits, because you guys are amazing. And yeah, until next time, have a safe and a great vacation.